My name is Cindy, and this is my son Matthew, and he was vaccine injured by the chickenpox. He was your typical boy. When he was born, he was happy, healthy, everything was flowing perfect. He was walking, talking, all of his well checkups, everything was on time, everything was great. Then he received his chickenpox vaccine, and things really started to deteriorate from there. We're going to make it that far. He woke up one day. He was perfectly fine when he went to bed. He woke up the first day, and he wasn't right. He was running fever. He had a little snotty nose. But mainly he was reverted back to crawling. He refused to stand. He refused to walk. So the day went on. It was actually Easter of 1997. And I noticed throughout the day that he would never, stand up. He wouldn't walk, any of this. And then his grandfather tried to take him to go swing, which was one of his favorite things to do. And when he put him on the horse on the swing, Matthew just fell off like a dead rock, just straight to the ground. He had no equilibrium in his body. He had no self, reaction to try to catch himself or to stop the fall. There was nothing. It was just all gone. So we took him to the hospital, and at that time, we were told that he was just having a reaction to the cold medicine that he had received earlier in the day, and basically sent us home, not to worry. He continued to run a low-grade fever. He was still very, very, very cranky. He just cried and cried. He was in so much pain. And so the second day, things got a little worse. He got to where he wouldn't even sit. Well, he would sit, but he would kind of lean on his arm to the side and support himself, because he was getting to where he couldn't even sit. He couldn't crawl, anything. So we went back to the doctors, and we're given another excuse and then sent home again. Over the next couple of days, things continued to get worse and worse and worse. We went to 2 or 3 different ERs. He was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré and told that it'll be fine, it'll pass in a few days, and it's all good, go home. And then we were told it was acute disseminated encephalitis, and again, it's going to take a little longer now because that takes a few weeks to pass, but nothing to worry about. He'll recover, everything will be fine, go home. But it wasn't fine. My happy, healthy baby boy, in a matter of 4 days, went into a near vegetative state of being. We then spent 3 months in ICU. We saw 6 different physicians. They ran test after test after test and could not come up with anything that made any sense whatsoever. We finally transferred hospitals to a different ICU, and the doctor there was able to figure out what was going on. He knew exactly what was going on, and the response basically was that Maddie had been suffering from chickenpox vaccine. The way he described it was that something in the chickenpox vaccine itself counteracted something in his genetics and caused his immune system to turn on itself. And as a result, the infection just got into his spinal cord and started eating away all the way up to the brain, and ate away at some of the tissue that now leaves him with scar tissue. It was a really hard path for that, 3 months of not knowing, not having answers. But I have to say that the path after that has been the hardest, because this is my child that was left. He's not that walking, talking, sassy, happy boy anymore. mean, he's still very sassy and he's still very happy, but he has so many limitations. And the vaccine robbed him of so many opportunities in life that he'll never have. And now, every day is a different challenge. It's really, really difficult, whether it's a seizure problem that day, or a respiratory problem that day, or a renal problem that day, or a feeding issue that day. I mean, every day you don't know what's going to happen. It's very sad and heartbreaking to sit on the sidelines and watch your child deteriorate in front of your eyes, knowing that you can't do anything about it. And that it all happened because of a stupid vaccine, because you didn't have the truth.
Were you aware that something like this could happen as a side effect of the vaccination?
No. What I was told before the vaccination was given was that he would be a little grumpy. He could show slight signs of a cold, maybe a little fever, and possibly a little rash, but that's it, nothing to be concerned about.
But they did admit that it was the vaccine.
The doctor did.
Wow. Do you know if he submitted anything to VAERS?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
And have you received anything from Vaccine Court? Any kind of compensation to help you out?
No, I actually did not even know that existed until recently.
Right.
And by that time when I checked into it, we had to miss the statute of limitations.